All right, let's hop right into it. Welcome back to another episode of the High Point Huddle, everybody. We are here joined by our very special guest this week, Trevon Diggs. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Really appreciate you. Should be a great conversation. And the one and only Des Bryant here every single week, of course. Should be a great conversation. Let's just jump right into it, man. It's been a busy week around the NFL this past week. One thing I definitely want to talk about is Jonathan Taylor and his new contract situation. Just got extended by the Indianapolis Colts, was holding out for a deal, came out, said he didn't want to play for the organization anymore after some issues with the owner. Dez, I know you have a lot to talk about on that subject. What are your thoughts on how he can reconcile that relationship now that he's there long term? What do you think about it?
I mean, it's kind of tough, in these contract negotiation situations with these athletes in the organization is always tough. What a lot of the viewers don't see is how things are in the inside. Like us athletes, we love the game of football. You get what I'm saying? We just want to play it. Like the business side. The business side, was introduced. When we first, locked into the NFL, whatever the case might be.
Right.
It's and to make a long story short, not to get too crazy, deep into it, but it's just going to be a hard situation. I think if you ask me, the best bet for JT, it's really up to him. But from what it looks like is, I think his best fit for him is to be somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Diggs, do you have any thoughts on that situation for him out in Indy?
No.
Fair enough, bro. Listen, hey, I understand. Justin Fields is looking great. He's playing a lot better now the last couple games. 4 touchdowns and back-to-back performances. They got Minnesota coming up this week. Diggs, what are your thoughts on that Chicago offense, man? They got DJ Moore clicking right now.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of DJ Moore. Like, always. I've always been a fan of him. I played against him. This kid is super talented, super fast. Like, he's just a little young. I feel like the more games he played, the more experience he has, like he's gonna be one of them ones for sure. Like I played against him, like I know how hard it is to be able to guard a pass and he can take off for a touchdown. Like that just brings so much value to your offense that I have to worry about you scrambling and running. Then I gotta worry about you scrambling and throwing.
Right.
It's like it just brings a whole dynamic to your offense, and I feel like if you can't create or adapt to that type of person, then I think somewhere else would be better fit for you. Like you can utilize that. Like that is the most important position on the field. And if you have a quarterback and running past, like that's important. Like that's very lethal.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think a thing that's really good that Chicago's doing is going out and getting DJ Moore for Justin Fields. It's good for his development as a young passer to have an explosive weapon on down the outside. Like you mentioned, his ability to take it to the house, 50-plus yard touchdowns, that's really going to help him, have those playmakers. Last year, he really demonstrated what he can do with his legs. He was a machine on the ground last year for the Bears. And now having those guys like DJ Moore out there who can make plays for him on the outside and allow him to be more of a dual threat, make defenses think about it a little bit more. I think that's huge, like you mentioned. Dez, what do you think about them? DJ Moore is finally shining. What do you think?
I think Chicago coach Eberflus. They got to build off of what they did at Washington. Like Diggs said, both of those guys, Justin Fields and DJ Moore, they both got that rack ability. And if you game plan and build way, they can potentially resurrect what they got going on for this year, but it all depends on, how they want to, continue to keep going. I think they got something to play off of for what they did in Washington. So we'll just see as the season continues.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I mentioned, Fields is looking really, really nice right now. 8 touchdowns in his last 2 games. I mean, if they can keep this rolling, I think they definitely can finish towards the top of that division. Detroit looks legit, but I mean, it's only heading into week 6. I mean, anything can happen if they catch fire. I'm just happy they got a win, man. I mean, that locker room looks so excited to win a game. They had a big drought going. So, I mean, that's huge for them moving forward. Moving into tonight's game. Go ahead.
There's no, pure passers anymore. Like the Tom Brady's, like Aaron Rodgers, pure passers, like Peyton Manning, like all those guys are like pure passers. Like now the game is just so complex that it's running quarterbacks that you have to worry about. Like these quarterbacks, you have to worry about it. It's
absolutely.
important.
I actually just saw a clip. from RG3's show. He had Cam Newton on, and they were talking about that exact thing, how quarterbacks now are like triple threats. They can fool you with their minds, the mental game. They can fool you, or not fool you, but you use that arm strength, and then the legs as well. They even said, guys like Mahomes, even though he throws from the pocket a lot, he is very mobile. He extends plays, gets outside the pocket.
Yep.
He might not be scrambling for 50+ yards a night, but he is running a lot around the pocket and getting outside the pocket and making plays. I mean, it's just a new generation. Like you mentioned, there's barely any of those guys left. I mean, on the show with RG3 and Cam, they said, like, maybe if there's any guys who might be still considered a pure pocket passer, it's like maybe just like Jared Goff, maybe Stafford, like it's a dying breed of quarterback. So, adjusting to that next era, that next generation is definitely going to be something that, is going to be interesting to see. That the NFL continues to get even better with those rushing quarterbacks.
1,000%.
Moving on to tonight's game here. We got the Broncos taking on the Chiefs. Well, we lost Dez for a second. Hopefully he joins back here. But Broncos taking on the Chiefs. Dez, what are your thoughts on this game? The Chiefs are 10.5-point favorites. I mean, like, this should be a steamrolling, right? I mean, it's a divisional game. That's the only thing you have, really. Mahomes is, I think, looking to extend his win streak to 7 straight against Denver. I mean, do the Broncos have a chance?
The Broncos don't have no chance. And I'm actually, creating me a nice little prop bet against the Broncos,
Okay. What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Right now, right now I'm battling between who's going to score first. Is it going to be Jet McKinnon or Travis Kelce? One of those guys will score. I'm not going to say Pacheco because I feel like, I don't think he's going to score first. I think it's going to be like somebody we least expect. Because when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, anybody can score.
Right.
And I think that's what makes them so great. It's like we don't want the opposing team to even have a clue on how we operate. So I think the Chiefs they are the best in the game that does that. So, me knowing that the Denver Broncos are weak, it just gives the Chiefs an opportunity to really continue to build on who they already is. And I just think who's going to set the tempo tonight is going to be Jet McKinnon. So it's either him or Travis Kelce. It's one of the two who I think is going to score first.
Hey, listen, you want a sneaky name who I think can score first? I'm going to go with Rice.
Hey, that's not bad. I thought about him, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's a running back. It's going to be a running back or it's going to be Travis Kelce. You got Taylor Swift in the building tonight. It's a home game. The media world, they're eating that up. They're ready to put the camera on her, so –
Yep. What do you think about that? Real quick, what do you think about that? I mean, I think Taylor Swift's extremely talented and everything, but what do you think about how the NFL is going crazy for it? Do you think they're doing too much or no?
I mean, well, I'll tell you this. Of course they're doing too much, but you know what this world, operates off. This world operates off of views. You get what I'm saying? So I guess, if the Chiefs got the, light on them, why not spread it on them? You get what I'm saying? So
it's prime time.
I don't really see too much big of a problem with it. So, hey, if you pay attention, if anybody in business want any type of game, there you go. The NFL, Taylor Swift, they'll go a blueprint for you.
I mean, seriously. I mean, listen. She increased the viewers. She increased Kelsey's Travis and Jason's jersey sales by a ton. It's good for the game. It's my take on it. Like you mentioned, we're in an economy where clicks and eyeballs reign supreme. So, of course, they're going to go crazy for it and go all out because they know people are going to be watching. So, of course. On the Broncos side of the ball, I don't really know what I need to highlight. Javonte Williams is back. That's a plus.
Well, I think the running back.
Julian McLaughlin.
Yes, I got him scoring.
McLaughlin.
What's his name?
McLaughlin.
Yeah, I got him scoring.
My phone died.
And that's about it. Hey, Diggs, you just like me. My phone always dying.
No, you're good. Hey, we're talking about Broncos Chiefs tonight. Talking about who's going to score. Talking about game predictions. We said the Broncos don't really have a chance. We think the Chiefs are going to steamroll tonight. Do you have any thoughts on tonight's matchup?
I like the Broncos.
What? Okay. Get into it. Why? Why?
You sound crazy as hell.
Bro, but listen. The case against the Broncos. Diggs. Have you seen how their defense has been performing so far this year?
No.
It's not been good. It's not been good. Listen, I understand why you say that. Because last year,
you know how the NFL is, bro. Like, wild stuff happen all the time.
I mean,
That's true.
The phrase is any given Sunday, right? And I understand that. But
Well,
I
not
understand
this.
too.
Well, it's Thursday. It's Thursday,
Right? Any given Thursday. Hey, no, listen though, that actually makes sense. Thursday night football is kind of hard to predict. Those games are sometimes really low scoring. You never really know what's going to happen. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes, but they'll score some points. But listen,
hey, man, I don't know what's going on with you guys, but y'all need to chill.
They don't have a
No way.
Bro.
Listen, Diggs, their defense has been especially bad against the pass this year. I'm pretty sure they're dead last in the NFL right now against quarterbacks against the pass. They got Pat Mahomes going against them tonight. The Chiefs have won 6 straight against them in the division. I don't really see why they couldn't win tonight. Make the case for Denver, though. You saying the defense is going to show up?
I just got some, Alabama alumni over there that I'm real cool with.
I mean, that makes sense.
I'm always
that makes total sense.
Support those guys.
Of course, man. Of course.
That
they
makes
have some dogs
sense.
from Bama over there.
But if I had to put my money on who was winning tonight, it's going on the Kansas City Chiefs. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, no prayer.
I mean, that'd be a safe bet for the Chiefs for sure. That'll be an interesting game for sure tonight. I'm definitely looking forward to watching it. It is a division game. I mean, I will say that probably makes things tighter. I think it's always a lot harder to predict the division games. Who's going to win, who's going to lose. But let's get into the slate here. We have a lot of great games going on this week. First up, we got Ravens at the Titans. Diggs, I actually would like your opinion on the Tennessee Titans this year in that offense. What do you think about them? Derrick Henry hasn't really been looking like Derrick Henry right now. But he's still an elite player, as we know. Tyjae Spears is balling for them. Hopkins is there. What do you think about that team right now?
I think they have a lot of talent, and it's crazy. Like now, I'm gonna watch more football. Like when I was playing, like I don't really watch other teams like that. Like I don't watch the game.
Did you talk about that a little bit? Actually, that's fascinating to me. Like I'm a fan. I can only watch. I don't play. You know what I mean? So like, on a week-to-week basis, when you're a player, when you're in it, how much do you really get to consume from other teams except for who you're preparing for the next week?
It's just different because, like, on the TV copy, you can't tell. Like, you can't tell what they're running, or you can't tell. Like, so I don't really watch the TV. Like, I don't really watch games. Like, I don't know. I just don't watch it. It's just weird. Like
that makes total sense because that's exactly how it was when I played. It's just hard. It's very difficult. I've been away from the. Yeah.
I've never even seen like my game on TV.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, why would you? You want to watch the film. I totally get that.
You know what's so funny? I never saw my game on TV. Never.
Really?
Never.
That's crazy.
I've never saw it. Like I've always, it's the film. I always watch the film copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Even like I'm sure you've seen like your highlights from like the broadcast though. Like on social media and stuff. Like you won't see like your the broadcast view of your highlight with like the broadcaster talking and stuff. Like you guys won't even look at those.
It's just not even a thought.
Yeah.
For that because he's carrying that he's there, but I know for me, I don't think about. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean that's just fascinating. You know what I mean? Like that's so interesting. So yeah, if like to be in touch with like what's really going on around the league, like. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, sorry, go back to where you were talking about the Titans offense and their talent.
Yeah, they got a lot of talent over there. They got some weapons. Like I feel like everybody has weapons. Everybody got talent. It's just how can you put it together? Like what you gonna do to gel your team together? Because you can have a bunch of dogs, but if you don't got no like team chemistry, like it's never gonna work ever. I don't care who you got, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna elaborate more on kind of what Diggs said. I'm gonna define it a little bit. Like when I look at the Titans, what bothers me is that you got a playmaker over there like DeAndre Hopkins. Like one thing that I know about the Tennessee Titans, we know that they love to run the ball. But the fact that you love to run the ball, when you got a guy like D-Hop and Burke, that should open up the play action. For whatever reason, they're doing a poor job of, getting that done. And sometimes it's from my perspective, this is my opinion, it really don't mean nothing. Like it's the chemistry part, kind of what Diggs talking about. I'm gonna define that too. Like for me, like in order to have a great team, you got to be honest. You got to tell the truth. It has to be like, okay, look, Derek, we might take away 10 rushes from you so we can open up our offense just a little bit more because we got a dynamic playmaker like DeAndre Hopkins. or Traylon Burke. Like, we got to make this shit efficient. We got to make this shit efficient, in order to make something happen. And do the Titans got the playmakers to do it? Like Diggs said, yeah, you got the playmakers, but it's all about how they utilize it. And,
Right.
and for me, it's once you got to establish that to even be in order to even have a chance. So
No, I absolutely agree with what you're saying. With the scheme and everything, it feels like the Titans have tried to stick to that kind of like run first, grind it out, play defense and win mentality. But when you add a wide receiver like DeAndre Hopkins and you have a second-year guy like Burks and you have a tight end like Okonkwo who's really good, they need to pass the ball to those guys more. They need to get them involved more. Hop had a really nice game this past week against Indianapolis, and so I'm hoping they kind of use that momentum and keep getting him more targets and getting him more involved. But I really agree with what you just said. I think it makes a ton of sense. But I mean, they're playing against Baltimore this week at home.
That's
we got
gonna be tough.
That game.
Well, Baltimore just came off of crazy L, so I think Baltimore looking to bounce back. I think it's going to be one of those the Titans and Ravens, they always match up well. So it's going to be a tough battle. But if I had to pick and choose, I'm gonna go with Baltimore because I think they're the most complete team. I think all of the players over there understand the mission. They know who the Baltimore Ravens are. They don't have a problem with that. We know Jim Harbaugh, they defense. Let's keep the ball and let Lamar run the show. So, and with that being said, I just think the Baltimore, they're going to beat the Ravens just because of that reason alone.
I agree with Dez too. Like, when you have that like identity of like what your team is, like how you're gonna come out and play each and every season. So like everybody know how the Baltimore Ravens play. Like it's understood, they understand that. Everybody knows. So you always have to go with your core, like your core feeling, like going with your core. You'll know, okay, we're gonna go in here and this is how we're gonna play, and that's what it is. They stop it. They don't. They know.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that insight. And, I'm a Steelers fan, Diggs. So for me, I feel pretty similar about like the way I feel about Pittsburgh Steelers football to like the Baltimore Ravens. Same division, kind of a similar mentality, defense. They're going to play physical. Like you kind of know what you're getting when you put on a Steelers game, or at least you should, right? That makes a lot of sense to me. And speaking about Baltimore, Dez, and that identity, I think it's really interesting because we were talking about Tennessee and how I think they've kind of failed to adapt to the changing their mindset to getting those playmakers more involved. I think Baltimore's done a really good job of that right now. With
absolutely.
Flowers and Odell and all those new guys.
Absolutely. And a lot of that got to do with Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator they brought in. I think that was one of the biggest keys, because I'm just going to talk about the little short stint time I was there with Baltimore. One of the things that bothered me was how they did not emphasize the offense. It was almost like we don't care about the offense. Let's just let Lamar Jackson use his athletic ability, and hopefully that win us games. The change that I love that they've done this year was they went out, got an OC, Todd Monken, and okay, let's coach that ability. Let's put some real stuff around that ability to protect our investment. If we're gonna pay Lamar Jackson $250 million, let's put the right stuff around them. So I give credit to the Baltimore
100%.
Ravens for doing that, and look it's paying off. You get what I'm saying? It's been better for both parties. So I love what the Baltimore Ravens are doing. And also I want to add too, like you haven't even saw the Baltimore Ravens full potential on the offensive side of the ball. I think they still finding themselves. I think if you give it another 3 to 4 weeks, we really gonna see who they are.
I think you can't even shortchange them too with losing J.K. Dobbins, man. Like that's a huge loss for them. Like I can't even imagine what that offense would look like at their full potential with Dobbins this year. Like he was gonna have a huge season, I thought.
Absolutely, he was gonna have a huge season. But I got to give credit to the Baltimore Ravens again. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of what a lot of people don't see. One thing the Ravens do, they like establishing that run. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna always have a great running back. If he's on the practice squad, trust me, it's a great running back right now for the Baltimore Ravens on the practice squad. I'm telling you that right now.
They just have those guys just sitting there.
You get what I'm saying?
Remember Jamal Lewis?
Yeah.
McGahee.
Yep.
Who else?
There's an endless supply. Endless.
It's endless, and I think that's one of the things. See, most people don't know. That's exactly where he was on the Baltimore Ravens practice squad. What was his name? The tight end for came from the Raiders to the Giants.
Darren Waller.
Waller. Yeah.
Did you know that Diggs? He was on Baltimore practice squad.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So that's one
crazy.
thing about them. They're gonna always keep talent somewhere. It's just, one of Baltimore issues was how do we utilize it? Other teams, they see it, when you go out there warming up, because the practice squad players, they got to warm up, do workouts before the games. That's how he got discovered. That's how the Raiders took Baltimore. Took Waller from Baltimore because of because of the workouts.
That's the thing that's really interesting to me too, as a more casual fan, seeing you don't get the chance to see those practice squad guys play, you know what I mean? So like it's kind of harder, I think, for like NFL media people or people who are just kind of casual fans to know how talented these guys are on practice squad. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just such a different perspective to, for a player to see these guys every day and, see what they're like. So I just think that's really interesting. Next game I want to talk about here, Washington Commanders playing the Atlanta Falcons. Diggs, I'm sure you're not rooting for the Commanders to win this game, obviously. But I actually would love to hear you talk a little bit about Sam Howell, their young quarterback, and what you think about his play style and how he's handling his transition into a sophomore season.
He good. He good. He's a good quarterback. He's good for what they do too, and their system. Like he can make all the throws. He just needs some more experience, I think. But he got talent. He's not no slouch. He the best quarterback they had since I've been in the league. So I have to give him that. And he has a lot of talent around him. They got some playmakers at wide receiver. Defense got dogs up front. They're nice. They got good
It's kind of like one of those situations, in Tennessee. You get what I'm saying? You just got to plug it together. You gotta continue to keep finding that identity. I really hope they don't, because but they do. They got all of the right pieces. If you look at them on paper, you'll be like, damn, this is a solid offense, right? They just can't get it together for whatever reason. And it's kind of what Diggs was saying.
I think they have the most underrated skill position players in the league. I really do.
Oh,
big McLaurin, I think, is super underrated. Dotson's a dog. Curtis Samuel's a dog.
Lawrence a dog. The other receivers a dog. Their running backs a dog. Alabama guy. Defensive line dogs. All dogs. Got some good DBs. Like they got a good team.
They really do have some nice potential. But like Des mentioned, I think they're lacking that identity. And I honestly think that new owner is going to start changing things there. Like as dumb as that sounds, like I think that culture is going to start changing, man. I think they're going to start doing things the right way, organizationally, from the top down. And I hope that kind of helps them turn things around. You know what I mean? But like I said, not too much. You want those Cowboys in front. You want those Cowboys. Yeah, you want those Cowboys. Okay, we're gonna hope the Commanders lose against the Falcons on the road here. So we'll move on from that. Vikings and Bears we already talked about a little bit. Seahawks and Bengals. Diggs, I would love your thoughts on the Bengals offense situation right now with Burrow and all that. Do we fully anticipate them to return to form as Burrow continues to heal up? What are your thoughts on them and how they've started the season so far?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say because like everyone knows, the situation, bro. Like it's hard to play hurt. Like that shit is hard mentally. Like it's just hard. So I feel like as the season, he gets stronger, feeling more comfortable. I feel like everything's just gonna start coming back together. He's a stud. He's a great quarterback.
Absolutely.
Stud. Yeah. Outside wide receivers, studs. Like they got the perfect team. I just feel like it's gonna take them just a little more extra time, just because of the little minor setback that they have. But
hey, listen, we talked about this before on the show, Diggs, but it's like they're no stranger to adversity. The last couple seasons where they've made these deep playoff runs, they've started off the season really slow.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say, like, it's one thing about the Bengals is it's like they have to go through that process. I'm almost to the point to where next year I might just bet that the Bengals go 0-3.
It's just a part of the identity over there. They need to take time to figure it out.
And that's good though, because that just shows you what type of team they have, what type of players they got on their team. Like that just shows you. Bengals would be trash, like trash.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm a Steelers fan. It's kind of hurt my heart to see them get so good over the last few years. But like, I want to keep them down low, like the Commanders and the Cowboys, bro. Like that's how I feel about the Steelers and the Bengals, man. Like I want them to kind of quiet down. But Joe Burrow's that guy, man. He's really changed their franchise forever. You know what I mean? Take him to that Super Bowl, even though they lost. Take him to the AFC Championship game. Like, he has left his fingerprints all over this organization already, and I think he's only going to continue to do even better things. I mean, Jamar Chase, we saw what kind of game he had this past week. That offense is explosive, and even though he's not fully healthy yet, we're seeing them kind of get it back together. You know what I mean? I think this game against Seattle should be an interesting test for Cincinnati. I mean, they just beat the Cardinals, who I think they're an okay team. They're not the best in the league, but I think Seattle's pretty legit. I mean, I think they're a playoff quality.
They playing at home, away or home?
Bengals are playing at home.
Oh, Bengals winning.
Yeah, I think so too.
Bengals just won on the road. It's no way they about to lose at home.
Yeah, I like the Bengals too.
Yeah, I do too. Up next here, we're going to talk about the 49ers a little bit more and the Cowboys segment when we get to later, but 49ers and Browns. Browns playing at home. Browns have an underrated defense this year, in my opinion. I think they got some dogs. No. But the 49ers, man, they're a very, very good team. I think it's hard to bet against the 49ers right now.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not just saying this because of Diggs right here. I think the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the 49ers. And this is why I think they're going to it's each and every week, we all – Diggs, you can vouch for this. It's tape out there, right? It's tape. And one of the things that I saw the 49ers do against the Cowboys, they played 1 and they played 3. Those were the most – that was the main coverages they were playing that entire game. I kind of think they're going to go out there and try to do the same thing with the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns is not the Cleveland Browns 2-3 years ago. Let's just keep it real. Like, they got playmakers over there. You got Elijah Moore, you got Amari Cooper, and then you got David Njoku.
Yep.
And when I look at Amari Cooper, I think Amari Cooper gonna have a great game. I think gonna have an outstanding game. Because I think if you go 1 or 3 against Amari Cooper, you're gonna get slants, you're gonna get bangs. You get what I'm saying? And Diggs, you know this better than anybody. Amari Cooper runs some hell of a routes, right? He run hell of a slant routes. He run hell of a bang routes. And I just don't.
Dude, he's so good. I think he's so underrated. I really do.
I just don't see. I don't see the 49ers being successful. That was something that I wish Dallas would have done more in that game. You got a number 1 receiver like CeeDee Lamb who deserves the ball. He should get at least 15 to 20 targets a game. I'm just saying. Did you ain't got this me. I'll do all that because I love the game. I love watching you guys. It's forever my home. I'm forever stamped there. It means everything to me. So when the Cowboys do good, I feel good. When they do bad, I feel bad. It's just a real vibe. So yeah.
Listen, I would love to see the Browns go in there and upset them. I think the one thing that could hold Cleveland back from doing that, they are at home, Cleveland is, but I think the run game is going to be the thing that might kind of hold them back. Jerome Ford's a talented back, but he's not Nick Chubb. Yeah. You know what I mean? If they had Nick Chubb, I think they would have a lot higher chance. We just not about to forget about Kareem Hunt. You get what I'm saying? No. But I'm just saying they're using Ford as the starter. That's why I said that.
Which is fine. And I feel like Kareem Hunt always has success no matter where his role has been at in the offense. You had Nick Chubb there. He still came out and performed when the opportunities were given. And I just think, the 49ers is facing a Kareem Hunt. He didn't have no training camp. He didn't have no OTAs. He didn't have any of that. But he's been back in the game for what, 2 to 3 weeks now?
Yes, about 3 weeks.
I'm pretty sure he's getting himself acclimated back into what the Browns are. He was there with them last year. So, I really think they're gonna give the 49ers a run for their money. I think they win.
I still can't believe that Leonard Fournette's a free agent. I've been saying this over and over again. I can't believe it. He's
I wish Dallas get him.
It would make sense. That
would be good. No, I think the Browns, they have a lot of talent too, and they have dogs on defense that can match up with their offense.
They can match up with any offense in the league and go toe to toe, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yep.
All right, moving on here to our next game, we got the Panthers and Dolphins. That Dolphins offense should go out here and hammer the Panthers, man. I mean, listen, they have some really nice defensive players there in Carolina, but that offense, the Panthers offense, man, with Bryce Young developing, he's going to have a great long career. But right now, I mean, he's a rookie. The Panthers, they need some more help on the outside for him, in my opinion. Adam Thielen's playing nice, but they need a little bit more. They're actually rumored to be in the market for a wide receiver at the trade deadline. Apparently, Carolina's going out there and they're looking to get a wide receiver.
All right. Well, who you think they probably going? Well,
I just saw on Twitter today from some pretty reliable NFL sources that Jerry Jeudy might be on the block.
I heard that too.
Jerry Jeudy might be available for trade at the deadline. Diggs. That's what people are saying. NFL reporters. So we were saying that Carolina's looking for a wide receiver. I mean, I think he would be a great fit out there. There's all kinds of great players. You know what I mean? Like Cincinnati, I think is another interesting situation to watch. Depending on how their season goes, I don't really think it makes much sense unless they start losing a lot of games up to the deadline. But T. Higgins, his contract's up. I don't know if they're going to pay him. If they don't plan on paying him long term, he deserves a great contract, and he'll get one somewhere, by the way. But I think if they're looking to sell, T. Higgins could be a guy who they trade at the deadline if the season continues to be a bit of a disappointment. So I think that'd be a name to watch there as well. But I think the Dolphins are probably going to crush the Panthers at home this week. Shout out to Carolina, man. But the Dolphins offense looks unstoppable. Diggs, again, you're a fantastic corner. I would just love to hear from a defender's mindset, how do you even go about trying to contain a duo like Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill?
Cover 2, keep everything in front of you.
Right.
Right to the ball. 11 hats to the ball.
Yep.
Or play man.
Yeah.
You got the guys to do it. Play man.
Right. Yeah, man.
And if you ask me, I think the only team that, like I said, I'm not being biased. There's only a handful of teams. There's only a handful of teams that I think that can really give Miami a run for their money. Dallas, of course. The reasons for you play. I think Dallas played man against a team like Miami. The reasons for because you got to get that ball out quick. You can't drop back. If you drop back, Micah's going to sack you every.
I was about to say
time.
the same thing. That pass rush is going to help that man, and I think he's going to have to get the ball out too quick. Yep.
Absolutely. And I kind of who else in the league has a Micah? Nobody besides, like
my
49ers.
Pittsburgh Steelers has DJ Watt, baby. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, but they can get around that.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's only a handful of pass rushers who are even in the same realm of Micah Parsons. I think it's TJ. I think you got Myles Garrett, and I think you maybe got. I mean, Donald's on the edge. Donald's a more interior guy, but Donald's a monster. I think there's only and Bosa. I think those are the 5 guys. Maybe Max Crosby. I don't know, but
yeah, maybe Max.
There's a handful. There's
you know what? Handful. Max very disruptive.
He's very disruptive, dude. He had a phenomenal game against Green Bay. Phenomenal. He was all over the field. He was so good. So good. But yeah, Dolphins, I think, are going to take the dub here. This next game intrigues me a good bit here. First and foremost, when we're talking about the Colts, I just want to give a quick shout out to Anthony Richardson, wishing the best in his recovery with his shoulder. Having a great start to his career. He's looked really, really good out there for Indy, man. He's doing some great things. So wishing him a speedy recovery. But Gardner Minshew, next one up here. Colts taking on the Jags on the road, AFC South divisional game. Dez, what are your thoughts on this Jaguars offense, man? They've been a little inconsistent so far this year, but they have a high ceiling.
Yeah, they got an extremely high ceiling.
Jags?
I'm gonna be real with you. Diggs say Jags. they going against the coach, right?
Yep, but Richardson's out, like I just mentioned. They got Gardner Minshew.
Well. See, this is gonna shock you. This is gonna make you mad, Diggs. Well, not make you mad, but you're gonna be shocked. You're gonna be shocked too, Luke. I think the coach can beat them. I like Gardner Minshew. I think he is the most underrated player in the National Football League.
The most underrated player? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's one of them. He got to be in the
he's
top.
Definitely in the conversation.
If you got a top 10, he's somewhere in there. I think Gardner Minshew is a great quarterback. And I really do. When the opportunity is.
You think he's top 30 in the league?
Huh?
Is he a top 30 quarterback in the league?
Easily.
Really? So Diggs, you think
name 30 quarterbacks? Name 30 quarterbacks better than him.
I don't know if I have time to do that.
It's only 32 teams.
I know what I'm saying. Like here's the thing, man. Like I'm trying to think about starting quarterbacks in the league right now. I don't know if there's a starter outside, these young guys, right? Like Richardson and Gardner. Like I understand that, yeah. But outside of the young guys, like I don't think there's any like vets out there that I think I would rather start Gardner over. You know what I mean?
Hold on. I missed that. Say that one more time, Luke.
He was just saying, we're talking about quarterbacks in the NFL, right? How being top 30. Name. I don't know if it's putting you on the spot, but I don't really know if there's a vet out there that I would rather play Gardner Minshew over at the moment. Starting quarterback. That's the thing. It's like, listen, I understand you want to put him in top 30, but I mean, like, listen, that's your starting quarterbacks. I don't know if there's a starter that I would rather have Gardner over right now. That's not a rookie.
I can give you. I know 2, 3.
Yeah, Diggs, you don't have to
got a
say, man. I
couple.
don't want to put you on the spot, but
I got a couple.
Let me hear it.
But I mean no disrespect to none of them.
Of course.
You know, I think Gardner Minshew. I think he'll do well in Atlanta. I think he'll do well. I think he'll do well in Atlanta. I'm a Desmond Ridder fan.
Yeah.
I think he'll do well in Atlanta. Well, let me just break this down. Let me tell you what I like about Gardner Minshew, and I will say this, and I won't name any. Gardner Minshew have the right mentality for a quarterback.
He distributes the ball very well.
It's a lot. I say this is a lot of quarterbacks in the National Football League that's starting right now that need his mentality, and they don't have it.
What's that mentality exactly?
I'll leave it at that. Say that again.
What's the mentality exactly? Could you explain?
I mean, like,
dog.
He's a dog. I love his approach. I think when I watch him in a huddle, he takes control of the offense. I think the offense respect him. I think it's just a natural thing. Quarterbacks just have that. You get what I'm saying?
He's a leader for sure. He's a leader. He has that aura about him. You know, you definitely could see that back when he was starting a little bit. You know,
yeah, he got that. He got that little. You know, he got that like that old Doug Flutie, you know, attitude.
Yeah.
You know, with him. You get what I'm saying?
I can see that for sure.
The Drew, like Doug Flutie, Drew Brees. He got that little. You know. He got that little aura on him. Steve Young, you know.
Yeah, so you like the Colts, you like Gardner. Diggs, you're big on the Jags this week. Tell me why.
They're talented. They just beat the Bills.
They did. That was a huge upset.
I predicted that, by the way.
I will, Diggs. I actually want to ask you this as a player.
How much are nice? The Jags are nice.
They are. They are. They've been inconsistent this year, but they're nice. I will say, I want to ask you, Diggs, as a player. How much of an advantage do you think it was for them to have 2 weeks in a row in London? Didn't have to adjust.
It don't matter.
Don't matter? Okay. I was just figuring out how to ask.
The Jags are nice. The Jags, they got so much talent, young talent too. Like they nice. They could beat you. Like they could beat the brakes off you. Actually, like they're nice.
No, they are. They're loaded. They're loaded on offense, and they have some defensive playmakers who are pretty nice as well. I think they have the potential to be like a top 5 offense in the league if they get it clicking. I mean, ETN is dangerous. He can always rip off like a 50-plus yard touchdown on the ground. Ridley is amazing, as you well know. Christian Kirk's fantastic. They have a lot of playmakers, man. And Trevor Lawrence, I think his ceiling is so high.
They got an offensive line. They got a defensive line. They got a defense. They got corners. They got a good coach.
They do have a good coach.
Yeah.
I like the Jags. I think that they should win that division this year. And I think if they don't, they should be disappointed. Because, I mean, like, listen, I think they should do it.
The Jags are going to win a division. Of course. They obviously going to win the division. They're just not going to win Sunday against the Colts.
Listen, I mean, I get it. You know, it's a divisional game. I think it will be a close game, Dez. I'm not going to lie. Like, I definitely could see the Colts winning that one for sure. I definitely, listen, Diggs, no disrespect, but I definitely could see the Colts winning that game a lot easier than Denver beating the Chiefs tonight.
I got 200 push-ups on that.
What you want? All right, bet. That's that we locked in. And look, the ones you already owe me, Diggs. We gonna
you
go
want me to knock something out for you?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me get 10 of them. Can I get 10 push-ups? Can I get 10? Just give me 10.
Get 10.
I need 10 on command. Please appreciate that, Diggs.
Appreciate
that. That's it. 10. Be careful though.
1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's love. That's love. That's love.
There we go.
That is love. That is love.
He's moving out here live on the show doing push-ups. We love that. We love that. Push-up bet locked in. There we go. Okay, next week here, I want to talk about CJ Stroud. Saints and Texans. Texans playing the Saints at home. I think the Texans can pull off an upset here. Saints just beat the bricks off the Patriots last week. But listen, the Texans and CJ Stroud, what they're doing with this young offensive core, I think is pretty special. Hey, he's playing better than any rookie quarterback we've seen over the last few years right now. He has not had an interception yet in his career. He's looking great. Diggs, what do you think about Stroud so far?
He's a dog.
Yeah, he's looking really good.
He's been my favorite.
Oh, CJ.
I said he was gonna be the one. Like me and my brother always had these bets. Like, all right, who you think who gonna have a good rookie year? He was my pick, and Richardson was my pick.
No, I love it. I really love that. Honestly, I think Stroud, dude, he can turn around that organization for the Texans, man. He really can. I think that he's doing a lot of special things. I mean, like, listen, Nico Collins and Tank Dell are good players. They're good players, but they don't have an elite wide receiver one. You know what I mean? Like, they don't.
Send T. Higgins up there and watch what they do.
Dude, exactly.
Hey, I
Exactly.
like
That'd
that.
be a
You
huge play in
saying
the
something
offseason
now,
for Houston.
Diggs? You talking?
I love that.
That'd be lethal.
That would be lethal. And listen, I think, and you talk about underrated players in the league, I think Dameon Pierce, their running back, is super underrated. He's really good. I'm a big fan of his. I think he can do a lot of nice stuff for them moving forward. But, dude, like you mentioned, Higgins would be insane in Houston. That'd be their new wide receiver one for the next 10 years. I mean, like, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I would love to see that.
I would like to see Higgins and Tank Dell. I would love to see that combo.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice for sure. Up next here, we had the Patriots and the Raiders. Bill Belichick versus his former protege, Josh McDaniels. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. I don't really know how to feel at all about the Patriots right now. I think they're really struggling on offense. I've seen some.
First and foremost, this game is getting no views on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean,
who cares?
Yeah, Dez, you'll like this for your Cowboys, man. Will Greer is actually. I've seen some whispers of him maybe taking over from Mac if Mac continues to underperform.
I mean, hold on. First off, I didn't even know he was with the Patriots. I thought he was still with Cincy.
No.
Wow. Well, I mean, hey, that's another guy. Him and Minshew, by the way, they kind of similar in ways. But anyway, back to what you were saying. I wouldn't be surprised. If Will Greer came in and took that spot.
It would definitely be interesting to see. With the Raiders, I think somebody who's really underrated as well for the Raiders to get for them in free agency this year is Jacoby Myers, dude. I can't believe the Patriots let him walk. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
Well, if I'm Jacoby, I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, you're not wrong, but I just can't believe it from a money management standpoint. Listen, I'm a big Juju Smith-Schuster fan. No disrespect at all to Juju Smith-Schuster. But I think Jacoby Myers right now is a better player than Juju by a decent margin. And they gave him the same contract to sign with New England that Jacoby signed with the Raiders for. 3 years, $33 million.
I'm going to assume Belichick didn't have nothing to do with that.
You don't think so?
No, I hope not. Because that's not a Belichick-like, move. Because I always feel like Belichick scouts. He scouts, right? And sometimes, when you got a coach as smart as Belichick, I guess sometimes you make, bonehead moves because he didn't draft me. So I guess that was, that was a bonehead move.
Hey, talk your talk, bro. There we go.
I'm messing around, but
I know.
But yeah, that was a bad move. You don't let a player go like that. A player that you helped develop, by the way. Like I feel like the Patriots, helped develop Jacoby Myers become who he is, and the fact that Jacoby, answered all of the calls the Patriots was doing, and to saw the potential in him, they should have just paid him. And now, the Raiders got him.
Yep, and he's balling for the Raiders, absolutely. And the Patriots, I think they're missing his separation on the outside, man. I mean, listen, Kendrick Bourne's an explosive playmaker. Juju's a slot guy. Hunter Henry's solid. But Jacoby, he was out there running routes, man. He was getting open and helping out those other guys. And I think him not being there is really hurting their offense in that passing attack. But moving on here, let's go over to Eagles and Jets. I think this should be an interesting one, honestly. I think the Jets defense should give the Eagles offense their biggest test so far this season.
Yep.
I would love to hear your thoughts on this one, Dez.
All right, so check this out. Now, I think the Jets got a better chance of beating the Eagles than Denver have a better chance of beating the Chiefs.
I agree.
And I'm actually going to go with the Jets Sunday beating the Eagles. And it's not because I hate the Eagles. I actually think the Eagles are good. I really think the Eagles are good.
Diggs, you've never met a bigger Eagles hater in your life than Dez Bryant.
I'm just keeping it real, bro. I just like the matchup. I like it. I think they're gonna take away Brown. I think Brown and Saul's gonna battle. It's just that both of those guys, they the man. You get what I'm saying? In their own eyes.
Right.
So the best man gonna win, and I feel like that's gonna be the determining factor on how that game turn out.
I like the Jets. Actually.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
That's
Diggs.
what I'm talking about, dude.
I'm sure you do. Hey, Diggs, I would love your commentary on what it's like to go up against like Devonta Smith and AJ Brown. Those Eagles wideouts, man, they're very, very talented.
Yeah, they cool. They good.
There you go. Love to hear it.
They good. They cool.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just didn't know if you have any insights or anything interesting. But no, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I mean, they're very talented. They're a very formidable duo. Probably one of the better ones.
I've been Devontae since college, like in practice. Like.
Yeah.
You know.
I bet that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah. But let's continue to keep talking about how the Jets gonna beat the Eagles this Sunday.
Hey, listen, Zach Wilson's playing pretty well right now. Breece Hall is back. He is back 100%.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's all day. I can see that.
Yeah.
Y'all riding for the Jets. I love it. All right, moving on here. Hey, listen, Lions and Buccaneers. I want to give some flowers to Baker Mayfield because he's playing really good football. I will say I did not think he was going to be playing as well right now as I thought as he is this year. I thought he was going to be a little worse, but Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Baker, they're clicking. This Bucs offense looks pretty formidable. But Detroit, I mean, they're 4-1, man. The Detroit Lions are onto something right now. I think I gotta go with the Lions here on the road. Dez, who you got?
Lions. Hold on. Who are they going against?
The Buccaneers on the road.
Oh man, that's gonna be a great one. Yeah, I gotta go with the Lions. If you check, these past 2 years, I've been becoming a fan of the Detroit Lions. I saw it coming a long time ago. Like them guys got all the right pieces. To make some noise. I think they're gonna end up being in the playoffs. Look like it's gonna be obvious. And it's looking obvious. Detroit taking out the Bucs and the mighty Baker Mayfield.
I love it. Hey Diggs, I'm gonna ask for your pick on this game, but I feel like I know 99% who it's gonna be. Sunday Night Football, Giants at the Bills. Who you got winning?
No brainer.
Obviously.
That's a no-brainer.
Obviously. How's Diggs gonna play in this game? He's going for 100 plus?
Yeah.
Of course.
3 touchdowns.
Of course.
100 plus 3 touchdowns.
Yep. Love it.
I
think that could be a fun one.
Who's gonna check him?
Nobody. And listen, that Bills D line is going to eat up that Giants offensive line all day, man. They can't stop anybody right now. Respectfully, the Giants offensive line is kind of struggling. The Bills pass rush should eat them up. I mean, that should not even be close, honestly. And here we go. Let's talk about some Dallas Cowboys for a little bit here, huh? Let's talk Dallas Cowboys. Monday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys taking on the LA Chargers. Dez, talk to me about this matchup. What are you thinking?
Man, I like it. I think it's going to be tough. I really think it's going to be tough just because I think Kellen going to be looking for vengeance. I do think that. But at the same time, us Cowboys, we're in a must-win situation. And what I mean by that, I wouldn't even necessarily say must-win, but this should be a win that we want. We want to get back on the right track,
right?
Really showcase who we are, like show that, hey, we are that dominant team. That was just a, just a little, malfunction against the 49ers. Just show the world ain't really much. You get what I'm saying? That wasn't nothing. I think it's gonna be a tough battle. I'm gonna keep it real. It's gonna be a tough battle because I think Kellen gonna try to dial up his best stuff, against us. So we'll just see.
Diggs, what do you think about that one? Dallas Chargers.
Man, we're gonna wipe their nose.
I mean, I hope so. I would love to see it, bro. I mean, huge opportunity to bounce back against San Fran. I mean, you're gonna go out there. I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I'll say that. I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I think that Dallas is gonna put up 30. That's my prediction. 30 plus.
Nah, yeah, it should be like one of those it should be a high-scoring game, I think.
Yeah.
Cause they got a cool line. What was the score of the game when we played in the first time? I don't remember, but that game was fun. Like that game gonna have a lot of action.
Yeah, I think Austin Eckler's returning for that one as well, so that should add even another weapon for that Chargers backfield. It should be a really fun one.
Dallas will come on top.
It's gonna be a fun one for sure.
Hey, so hold on. This Austin Eckler first game back
from his injury. Yeah, I mean he's played this season, but he's been out for a couple weeks now.
Oh, okay. Well, you need time to get right. So, I don't think he's gonna be much of a factor this game. So
okay, all right, bold prediction. Yeah. Eckler's a dog, man. He's a dog.
Oh, Eckler is a monster. It's just sometimes, when guys come back from injuries, it takes time. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Totally.
people don't understand. Like, half of the times when guys do get back from injuries, they not fully healed.
Right.
Healed.
Big facts. It take like 3-4 weeks. They get acclimated, feel comfortable. Then you start around.
Yeah, like a lot of guys, they just get out there to get touches so they can get the feel back of the game. So
right.
Yeah, it was different from Cooper Kupp's situation. Cooper Kupp was able to get
He came out firing.
healthy, but he was able to get healthy. He didn't. That was his first game back. So I wasn't surprised that he did that. Like, yeah, Cooper Kupp is 100% healthy. So
yeah, he's ready to go, 100%. Hey, Dez, you want to plug the tailgate real quick?
Say that one more time.
You want to plug the tailgate?
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, tailgate. If you're in Los Angeles, please come out to the tailgate. We're gonna turn up. That's what we do. I'm looking to have fun. All the Cowboy fans, pull up. Even if you're a Chargers fan, pull up. Oh, there you go. Diggs just said he's showing up, so let's get it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's gonna be a good time. Definitely go check it out. Selling tickets at Big Dallas Tailgate on socials. Go check it out, man. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a really fun time. Hey, we gotta talk about the game. We gotta talk about Cowboys 49ers a little bit. Dez, go ahead, kick things off. Diggs, you don't have to say much if you don't want to.
No comment.
It's all good, bro. Dez, what do you think?
My thoughts on the game, like I said, it was just one of those things where, it was, and I sum it up like this right here. And Diggs, you can stop me whenever you feel like. I think they were just better prepared, for that moment. That was at home, and it's Cowboys 49ers. That's the rival. It's a rivalry, and it's just plain and simple. We got punched in the mouth, and I don't really think that there's anything else that you can really say. We didn't execute the way we know how to execute. They did, and the better team won that day.
Right. Yeah, but listen, you get back, hopefully in the playoffs. We'll see. But yeah, I think they're gonna bounce back in a big way this week against the Chargers, like I predicted. I think Dallas putting up 30+. I think they're gonna flex their muscles on offense this week, put up a big performance. So that should be fun to see. I do want to say real quick, Dez, Diggs, just so you know, I'm in a fantasy league with Dez and some people from Personal Corner. First place wins $25,000. I'm 5-0. I'm coming for the bag. I need it.
Let me
Hey, Diggs, guess Dez's record.
0-5.
Yup. He's losing that $25,000, man. It's gone.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
That's his record with me and Madden.
That's a lie.
Diggs, listen, that is a lie. I've seen the screenshots. He's posted them every time he plays you. He's usually winning.
He's smacking him.
He's usually winning.
Yeah.
I've been labbing up though, so.
Yeah, so and that's another thing. Right now, if you don't mind, Diggs, I want to share. We're working on a tournament. We want to invite fans. It's gonna always be a money prize. I think it's gonna be cool. I guess just invite people to see how we do things, how we rock. And it should be amazing. It should be amazing. Thing for the community.
And you guys are really good at Madden, so it's gonna be tough for people to beat you guys. I feel like.
But you know what's so crazy? As much as people wouldn't even think that we would be good. And that'd be the crazy part about it. Like, I always get disrespect. People be like, "Oh, he ain't good. He sucks."
Bro, I don't understand that mindset at all. For me, it's like, dude, I'm playing guys who have played in the NFL. Like, of course they're gonna understand like video game football well and like play well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
It's easy. Like, my whole thing is like, I love playing quarterback on Madden. And what I mean by that is who I'm picking. Like, I'm going to dot your defense up all the time because I know the coverages. You get what I'm saying?
Totally.
I know. I'm going to put a player right here to replace that linebacker. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to put a player right here to replace that safety. And I'm going to throw it right there. You get what I'm saying? And I know the right play call. Like, you get
my favorite thing, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but I think it actually might have been Kurt Benkert. He used to stream Madden on Twitch, and I would tune in sometimes, and he would be talking through exactly what he's seeing. It's like, oh, they're in cover 4. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this guy's going to be wide open. And he snaps it. Guy's wide open. It's like, that's so cool. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have the knowledge of the game like that. You know what I mean? I just think it's really cool to see stuff like that. So, yeah, that should be a lot.
It's so funny you said that, Luke. That's exactly what I do. Like, I be telling my friends. I'll be like, look, watch this. I'll call him. I'll be playing lock. I'll be like, hey, this touchdown right here. I'm telling you right now, like, because I already know you in cover 4. I'm going to throw that post. I'm going to have my slot guy. He's going to run a dig. I'll bring him down or I'll move him out of the way just to throw that backside post.
Yep. Hey, Diggs, I will say, man, listen, as a fan, as someone who plays Madden, you are absolutely filthy in Madden, dude. You you get some of the craziest interception animations I've ever seen in my life. It is a joy to play with you in Madden. Let me say that first and foremost.
Appreciate it.
It's crazy, bro. They make you crazy in that game. It's so much fun to use you. But anyways, man, let's get into it real quick. Last segment here to wrap things up, Diggs. Really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much once again. Sleeper pick for the weekend. I'll start things off. I think my sleeper pick for the weekend with Justin Jefferson, unfortunately going down with his injury, man, with his hamstring. Wish him a speedy recovery. In the meantime, though, in his absence, I think KJ Osborne is going to step up in a big way for this Minnesota offense. Addison too. He's a sleeper. It's a little less obvious. You know what I mean? Like Addison is the guy that everyone's like, oh my God. Yes, but Osborne too. I think he's also going to step up in a big way. Listen, Diggs, I mean, I know you don't really, see my stuff, but I've been screaming from the mountaintops how good Jordan Addison's going to be this year, all offseason. We literally have a quote graphic with my face on it back from like June of me saying that I thought that Jordan Addison was going to be a top 20 wide receiver in the league this year. Like, he's been my guy.
Yeah,
I love Jordan.
That's my guy. He's from where I'm from.
Yeah, he's really cool. I got to talk to him a couple times. I did some media stuff at the combine and at the draft, and he was really, really cool. I really appreciated him. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of his. Dez, who you got for a sleeper pick this weekend?
I'm going with Zach Wilson.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
They're going to smack Philly. Yeah, I said it. They're going to smack them.
Bold prediction, Dez. That's a bold prediction.
Yeah.
I'm going with Zach Wilson.
Hey, listen, your bold prediction is not. It's not even the Broncos winning tonight. You're going Zach Wilson instead.
Zach Wilson.
I'm telling you, I can see it right now. Garrett Wilson, he got 2 touchdowns. Breece Hall got a touchdown. Zach Wilson might even get.
Hey, no, for real. Like all jokes aside, Garrett Wilson's been the best receiver that I played like this year. Like he's been the best receiver. He's nice. I'm telling you.
He's really good.
I know who's nice. I'm telling you, he is nice.
Hey, listen, Diggs, I mean, man, I again, for fantasy football purposes, I don't know if you play fantasy or anything, but listen, I thought Garrett Wilson was going to be top 5 this year, and Dez thought he was going to be the number 1 wide receiver this year. I mean, we are big Garrett Wilson fans.
Put him on Kansas City right now. Oh, my God.
Dude, that would be
That's what I'm saying. But see, that was the whole reasons why I had Garrett Wilson number 1 was because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers.
And look at in that preseason game, that drive that A-Rod came in. Come on, bro. Look how he threw that ball to Garrett Wilson.
Right.
The only person
all
who
day,
that ball was
he had him another Devontae Adams for sure.
Dude,
yes,
he can run routes. He fast as fuck. He can run great routes. He can catch. He's nice. And he's
really good.
Too.
Yep.
Yeah, he's really good.
Like them DBs do a little bit, with them smaller receivers that shifty. Like he's nice. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's
he complete.
He's a very complete receiver. Like you mentioned, Diggs, I mean, that's what I was saying, man. I think it was this next Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? Like, Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs. Devontae Adams leaves for a year. He breaks his thumb. He loses those top-end wideouts. He has an okay year. Comes to New York. Gets Garrett Wilson. Like, I thought he was locked and loaded for another MVP caliber season.
Well, A-Rod got to come back another year. We got to see
He's got to.
We got to see it. He can't end it like this.
No, there's no way. I actually saw he was talking to he and Dobbins are talking because they both went down with Achilles this season, and they're rehabbing together and stuff, which I think is really cool.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's dope. I love that. Hey, I just want to wrap up real quick, man. Diggs, thank you so much once again for coming on, man. And I want to personally wish you well in your recovery, man. Wishing you all the best. Can't wait to see you back on the field soon, man.
Thank you.
Of course. Dez, close us out.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Diggs, I appreciate you. You already know that. Luke, I appreciate you too. Let me know when you need another haircut. I got you. I get a best.
I'll fly out.
I got you. Anything you need. But yeah, man, I appreciate the viewers, man. This is dope. We try to get the best organic combos, that we can give to the people. So I'm very thankful. Really thankful for you, Luke, because this don't go without you. So appreciate you for being the great host that you are. and they just keep rocking.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you again to everyone for watching. Once again, Trevon Diggs, one of the best corners, if not the best corner in the NFL, joining us, man. Appreciate you. Also, gorgeous view behind you, man. I must say that doesn't even look real. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy. But yeah, man, thanks again for coming on.
That's a real backdrop.
That's a real backdrop.
That's real.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But yeah, man. I wish everybody a good night. Enjoy the game tonight, everybody. We'll see you next Monday for a High Point Huddle. Thursday this week had some scheduling issues, but